After the age of 40, many people begin to experience a strange and frustrating pattern. They fall asleep normally, the night feels quiet, and then suddenly around 2 or 3 in the morning, their eyes open. Sometimes they feel alert, sometimes anxious, sometimes their mind begins racing, and falling back asleep becomes difficult. This experience is extremely common in midlife, and most people assume it means something is wrong with them. But in many cases, waking up at 3 a.m. is not a mystery. It is a result of predictable changes in sleep biology, stress hormones, and circadian rhythm that become more sensitive with age. Sleep is not a single state. It moves through cycles of light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. In the first half of the night, the body spends more time in deep restorative sleep. In the second half, REM sleep becomes more dominant. Around 3 in the morning, the brain is naturally transitioning into lighter stages, which makes waking easier. When you are younger, the nervous system often glides through this transition smoothly. After 40, sleep becomes lighter, and the brain becomes more reactive to small disturbances. One of the most important reasons is hormonal change. Cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, follows a daily rhythm. It should be low at night and gradually rise toward morning to help you wake up. But chronic stress, irregular schedules, and aging biology can cause cortisol to rise too early. When cortisol spikes at 3 a.m., the brain interprets it as a signal of alertness. This is why many people wake with a sense of tension or sudden awareness. Another major factor is blood sugar regulation. During the night, the body must keep blood glucose stable. If dinner was very late, very heavy, or high in sugar or alcohol, blood sugar may drop several hours later. When glucose drops too low, the body releases stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol to restore balance. This can wake you suddenly, even if you are not consciously hungry. Many people do not realize that nighttime awakenings can be metabolic, not psychological. Temperature also plays a role. The body's core temperature naturally drops to initiate sleep and then begins rising in the early morning hours. After 40, this thermoregulation becomes less efficient. If the room is too warm or if bedding traps heat, the slight rise in temperature around 3 a.m. can trigger waking. Light exposure is another hidden cause. Even small amounts of artificial light, street lights, or phone checking can suppress melatonin and shift the brain toward wakefulness. The brain at 3 a.m. is highly sensitive. A brief glance at a bright screen can delay sleep for an hour. But perhaps the most underestimated cause is mental load. Midlife often comes with responsibilities, uncertainty, and background stress. Even if you feel fine during the day, the nervous system carries unresolved tension. At night, when external distractions disappear, the brain may surface that tension in the form of early waking. This is not weakness. It is biology responding to accumulated pressure. The solution is not panic. The solution is understanding signals. The first step is to stop interpreting 3 a.m. waking as catastrophe. Anxiety about waking becomes its own fuel. Instead, view it as information. Your system is slightly over alert. Your rhythm may be shifted. Your evening habits may be stimulating stress hormones too late. The most effective fixes are gentle and consistent. Earlier dinners, lighter evening meals, and reducing alcohol can stabilize nighttime glucose. A calm wind down routine signals safety to the nervous system. Lowering lights after dinner helps melatonin rise naturally. Keeping the bedroom cool supports continuous sleep. And most importantly, building daytime stress release prevents cortisol from spilling into the night. Even 10 minutes of morning sunlight, gentle walking, and consistent wake time strengthen circadian stability. If you wake at 3 a.m., do not immediately fight it. Keep lights low, avoid checking the time, and return to calm breathing. The goal is to teach the brain that waking is not danger. Over weeks, the pattern often improves. In Part 2, we will explore the most reliable natural strategies to prevent 3 a.m. awakenings, including evening timing, nervous system regulation, and how to rebuild deep sleep after 40 without medication. The second half of the night is where sleep becomes most vulnerable, especially after 40, and the goal is not to force sleep, but to remove the signals that pull the brain into alertness too early. One of the most effective strategies is evening timing. Many people underestimate how much the last 3 hours before bed shape the middle of the night. Heavy meals late in the evening increase digestive activity, raise body temperature, and destabilize blood sugar later during sleep. A simple longevity-friendly rule is to finish dinner at least 3 hours before bedtime whenever possible. This gives the body time to digest, cool down, and enter rest more smoothly. Alcohol is another major contributor. While alcohol may make you feel sleepy initially, it disrupts REM sleep and increases awakenings in the second half of the night. After 40, the brain becomes more sensitive to this disruption. Reducing alcohol, especially close to bedtime, often leads to immediate improvement. Caffeine sensitivity also increases with age. Many adults can drink coffee in the afternoon and still fall asleep, but the caffeine may remain active in the body for 8 to 12 hours, subtly reducing deep sleep and increasing early waking. A powerful change is setting a caffeine cutoff, often around noon or early afternoon. Another core strategy is nervous system downshifting. Waking at 3 a.m. is often a sign that the body is not fully in recovery mode. The sympathetic nervous system, the alert system, remains too active. To counter this, the evening should include signals of safety and calm. This can be as simple as dim lighting, quieter activities, and avoiding emotionally intense content before bed. The brain cannot shift into deep rest if it is still processing conflict, stimulation, or urgency. A short breathing practice is one of the most effective tools. Slow exhalations activate the parasympathetic system and reduce nighttime cortisol. Even 5 minutes of calm breathing before sleep can lower the likelihood of early waking over time. Temperature control is also essential. A cooler bedroom supports continuous sleep because the body must maintain a lower core temperature to stay asleep. Many sleep researchers recommend a range around 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, adjusted for comfort. A warm shower before bed can help because it increases skin blood flow and allows the body to cool afterward. Light exposure must also be managed carefully. The brain uses light as its strongest clock signal. Bright screens at night delay melatonin, while weak daylight exposure during the day reduces circadian strength. A simple daily pattern supports deeper sleep. Bright mornings, brighter days, dim evenings. Morning sunlight within the first hour of waking anchors the rhythm, making the brain less likely to wake too early. Consistent wake time is more important than perfect bedtime. If you wake up at different times each day, the circadian rhythm becomes unstable. After 40, stability becomes a powerful sleep medicine. Another overlooked factor is what you do when you wake at 3 a.m. Many people immediately check the time, reach your phone, or begin mentally calculating how tired they will be tomorrow. This creates anxiety and teaches the brain that waking is an emergency. Instead, the best response is gentle neutrality. Keep the room dark, avoid clocks, and return to slow breathing. Remind yourself that the body often drifts back naturally when it feels no threat. If thoughts begin racing, a simple mental anchor can help, such as counting breaths or listening to a calm audio track. The goal is not to solve life at 3 a.m. It is to signal safety. Over time, the brain learns that waking does not require alertness. Another supportive habit is daytime stress release. Many midlife awakenings are the nighttime expression of daytime tension. Movement, walking, strength training, and time outdoors reduce baseline stress hormones. Even a short daily walk improves nervous system resilience. Social connection and emotional processing matter as well. Loneliness, unresolved worry, and chronic mental load increase nighttime hyperarousal. Longevity is not only physical, it is nervous system health. If you repeatedly wake at 3 a.m., it does not mean something is broken. It often means your system is slightly overalert, your evening timing needs adjustment, or your circadian rhythm needs strengthening. Small changes compound. Earlier dinners, less alcohol, a caffeine cutoff, dim evenings, cooler sleep environments, consistent wake times, and calm responses to waking can dramatically reduce early awakenings over weeks. Sleep after 40 becomes more sensitive, but it can also become more intentional. The body still knows how to rest. It simply needs clearer signals. When those signals are consistent, the night becomes deeper, the mind becomes calmer, and waking at 3 a.m. becomes less frequent. Better sleep is one of the strongest longevity tools available because it is a foundation of repair, metabolic balance, and emotional resilience. And with gentle daily habits, deep restorative sleep is still possible at any age.